The last thing that I wanted to cover in this video, guys, is macro counting. I get a lot of questions about this. Is it good to count macros? Is it bad to count macros? And the schools of thought are very different on this. And my personal approach is more based on creating a lifestyle and something that's sustainable. So while there's absolutely nothing wrong with counting macros in and of itself, there is something wrong with obsessing over your macros and the amount of calories that you're eating. Times what I do with my clients is that we have them calculating their macros. So we'll create the plan, we'll do their Monday to Friday plan, and we'll calculate how many calories they're eating in the full day, balance it based on their macronutrients that they need. And then what we'll do is I'll have them record that, whether it's through an app like MyFitnessPal or the Livestrong My Plate app, and they'll calculate the amount of calories that they're eating and make sure they're hitting their macros. I coach them to visualize and really eat mindfully to understand what's on their plate, what are the portions, so that they can switch to intuitive eating in a few weeks once they're comfortable. And this point is different for everyone. For some people, they're able to intuitively eat after 1 week. For some people, it takes 2. Some people, it takes a month. Some people, it's just hard. You got to really wait until you get over those cravings and you're able to sit down and look and know what your calories are, what a meal should look like. And so we do these couple of weeks of counting their macros until they know what they should be eating and what it looks like on their plate. And then we switch to intuitive eating, because I found that when you focus too much on the amount of calories that you're eating, when you focus too much on calculating every last thing that you put in your mouth, every last thing that you put on your plate, that's not something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. Realistically, unless you're a professional athlete or fitness is your life, and this is something that you do competitively, you need to stay lean, this is just not something that's practical for the majority of the population. And if we're going to promote health, we need to promote a healthy relationship with food. And part of that is learning to visually see what is enough and what is good for us, and also listening to our internal hunger cues. Start out by counting your macros, and once you get comfortable, you can get more relaxed. And if you're ever out at an event or you're in a situation where you're not sure what you're eating, I would submit to you to either make that your relaxed meal, or you throw it into your calculator and you just move your day around it. And this is not something that you would do all the time, but move your day around it and see if it's gonna fit in. Guys, so the absolute last thing that I wanna talk about is meal prep. And it's really hard to talk about improving your eating, so eating healthy, especially when you're looking to lose weight, and not bring up meal preparation. Unless you're someone like me, like I love to cook every day. I cook dinner and I cook enough for lunch, but every day I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking dinner. If that's not you, if you have family, if you have other commitments, that's not always realistic. So it's really hard to do this lifestyle without at least meal prepping. Whether that's in the form of you have 2 days a week where you just cook all your meals, or whether you have 1 day a week where you cook all your meals and throw some in the freezer. So guys, thank you so much for this. I'm gonna leave it right here. I have a lot more stuff that I want to get into, but I'm gonna save it for another video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to comment, whether it's in my DMs on Instagram, or whether it's below in the comments on this video. Feel free, let's start a discussion.